Let me see the real you. Chapter 1, Too Ugly. Yangyang sat in front of the dresser while patiently waiting for the makeup artist to come in and do her makeup. Suddenly, the door was pushed open, and Xiaochu hurriedly walked in. When she saw Yangyang's messy hair and that she was still in a simple cotton dress, she reprimanded. The Mo family are here. Why haven't you changed your clothes? Yangyang pushed up the black-rimmed glasses on her nose as she looked at her mother with half-lidded eyes. Mother, do you really want me to marry my sister's fiancé? Xiaochu thought that Yangyang was having second thoughts and her face paled instantly. The people from Mo family were already waiting. A small mistake could ruin the Mu family. In a panic, she kneeled in front of Yangyang, saying, Yangyang, mother is begging you. Your sister deserves better. Please help her. Yangyang's lifeless eyes turned cold. Although Xiaochu was her biological mother, her love was only for the children of her husband's late ex-wife. That was why Xiaochu wanted Yangyang to replace her sister in marrying that man, even though she knew that her sister's fiancé was ugly and impotent. The maid behind the door knocked urgently. Ma'am, young lady Yangyang, the Mo family is coming upstairs. Instead of helping Xiaochu up, Yangyang said, Stand up. I am leaving. This time, she was truly disappointed. She opened the door to see several unfamiliar bodyguards outside. These people were sent over to bring her back to the Mo family. Today, she was getting married, but there was no wedding and there was no groom. Let's go. She walked in front of them and went down the stairs. The Mo family was a rich family in Huyang City. The only heir of the family was Ma Chenhao, but he was kidnapped over 10 years ago and had come back disfigured and impotent. Ever since then, Mo Chenhao had never shown his face in public. Rumor was that he was violent, cruel, ugly, and scary. No woman who entered his room ever came out alive. Her disappointment was stronger than her fear. She did not even care if Ma Chenhao was the devil himself. Once they reached Ma Chenhao's villa, the bodyguards left after sending her into the room. Only when the sky had gradually darkened then did the room door open again. Yangyang turned around to see a tall man walking in through the door. He closed the door and turned on the lights. The room was suddenly lit up and Yangyang covered her eyes with her hands. When she had gotten used to the brightness, she lifted her head to look at the man. She was stunned by what she saw. However, she was stunned not because the man was hideous, but because he was too attractive. The dark suit on him fitted well with his muscular figure. His long legs brought him in front of her with just a few strides. He had perfect facial features, as if he was a statue carved by the best artists in the world. He looked beautiful, but there was a sense of oppression when she looked at him. Mo Chenhao looked at Yangyang for a few seconds before furrowing his eyebrows in dismay. You are too ugly. His tone was flat, and she could not decipher any emotions from it. Yangyang returned to her senses. She did not care that he had said that she was ugly. She just looked at him with wary eyes and asked, Who are you? His dark irises looked at her sharply and his voice was low when he asked, You don't know who you are going to marry to? He leaned towards her. The crisp and cold air he brought with him sent a chill down her spine. His presence was stressful on her and she held her breath in fear. Still, she straightened her back and said, Of course I know I am marrying Ma Chenhao. When Ma Chenhao heard her words, he relaxed a bit and his stare softened. It seemed like it was yet another woman who believed in the rumors. She looked too calm for someone who had married an ugly and impotent man. Her calmness and indifference aroused interest in him. The corner of his lips turned upwards and he said in a mocking tone, So you are the sister-in-law. I'm Ma Chenhao's younger cousin, Mo Jinshuan. I'm sure you don't want to stay with a handicapped on the night of your marriage. Welcome to download Joyread app to read more chapters of Let Me See the Real You novel online.